We're sitting down with Johnny Ramirez from season 4 of A&E's 60 Days In, a father who grew up influenced by gangs, wanting to experience what his life would have been if he continued the lifestyle and to better understand his incarcerated son. Johnny Ramirez, thank you for joining us on Come Back with Erica Cobb.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you for having me.
Not everyone will have the option of making the decision to, you know what, I'm going to do 60 days in and be incarcerated. And maybe that will help me get to peace. But that was the decision that you made. So for people who are trying to figure out how to come back in another way, what advice would you give them?
Get peace with yourself first. And then once you do that, then just just change. Just change right away. You need to gather a circle of supporters around you, people that want to lead and also followers. And you have to start thinking different. You can't just play the victim all the time. You can't just think that when somebody tells you that you're no good and believe that. You can't do that no more. You got to start thinking different, and you got to start being positive. And I believe that when me growing up in the neighborhood and I had some old cats telling me that everybody are bad and don't trust the cops, and this and that. And then when you start growing up and you start realizing that those old cats were wrong, you start having a mind of your own, and you start saying, you know what, they were wrong. So you want to start gathering yourself and don't believe that stuff. That's why I advocate about young men. We got to get them young. We have to have them young so we can tell them, hey, the good stuff and lead them right, because that's where it starts, because I believed that when I was young. I believe this old guy telling me this stuff.
Well, you really connected with your castmates, and unfortunately we recently learned that one of your cast members recently took his own life, Nate Burrell. And I know that you two were close on the show. I know that you two were close outside of the show, and Nate did an unprecedented 120 days. He was a fan favorite and he was a soldier for the cause. So what would you like for people to know and remember about Nate?
I want people to realize that he wasn't a coward. That wasn't the coward way to go out. I mean, in people's eyes, you see that, but until you understand depression and you don't think that, you have a beautiful life, you have everything around the world, but something in our head clicks that says, just die. You're not even worth it. Something in your head just tells you, go away, because nobody cares. But with medicine, it does, or with anything that can help you with talking with, telling people, and the military needs to help with that. So Nate did a good job. He did great in the military. He did 2 tours. He did great in 2 seasons of 60 Days In. He did a great job in there. So I want people to know that he was a warrior. He was a good guy. He was a good man. He fought for our country, and he would have been a great dad. And he was a great son. And he was a great brother. I want people to understand that, and I want really people to understand that depression is real.
I appreciate you sharing your photos and memories of you and Nate. And, a lot of people are struggling right now. Mental illness has always been, and depression has always been prevalent in this country and around the world. But since quarantine, it's definitely been amplified. So if you or someone that you know are struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, please call the number on the screen now. Johnny Ramirez, my Insta friend. I so appreciate you coming back with Erica Cobb, and this series has been the reality of the comeback, and everything about our conversation has been so real and transparent, and I thank you for that, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And if you haven't seen Johnny Ramirez on A&E's 60 Days In, make sure you check it out on A&E season 4. It's a whole roller coaster, and you do not want to miss one episode. For more on Johnny Ramirez, you can go to my online home, comeback.tv.